Hello, I'm Drew. Welcome to Abandoned Yosemite. My attempt to get at the rich history of Yosemite National Park and the surrounding Sierra National Forest, and go after the abandoned, the forgotten, the neglected, and dig out the history and the story behind the history. Going from the ancient and the very ancient to more modern times. So, if you're ready, let's go. Next story's right around the corner. Hi there, I'm Drew. Welcome to Abandoned Yosemite. And our subject today is the Wawona Hotel and aspects that connect with the hotel, which are today forgotten, abandoned, and so forth. Now, this is a historic location because it was made a National Historic Landmark back in 1987. Now, the history of this place. This was founded originally by Galen Clark when he moved into the Yosemite area back in 1855, and was the first Anglo to do so, since the place used to be occupied by the Indians, the Miwok mostly. So he came as part of an original tourist group, and getting into here was not easy at all. But he was so impressed, and because he had been diagnosed with diseases that were proclaimed to kill him, he was told basically get to the mountains and maybe the health conditions will fix you up. And he lived till 91 after he moved up here, so maybe that's true. So anyways, he built a kind of a way station with a store and a few rude cabins, and operated that as kind of like the booster of Yosemite National Park before it became a park. But eventually, because of mismanagement in some way, he just wasn't a business type, and because of loans taken to develop the property and the road and so forth, he had to sell off his properties to the Washburn brothers in 1874, and then they started to develop the hotel as we know it today, which was built in 1876, and then operated it as basically what you see today. Really hasn't changed since. Now, around the turn of the century, the brothers began to die off. There were four of them. And eventually the final brother sold it to the Yosemite Park and Curry Company in 1934. So, now to go back to the original beginning of the hotel, I'm going to take you through what is known as Washburn's Ditch and Stella Lake, which are how things used to be done to essentially run the hotel, because this was a very isolated area until they started to build Route 41 back in the 1930s. Because otherwise this was a very isolated area and it had to be self-sufficient. So the hotel had an ice pond, which is called Stella Lake, which they used every winter to supply ice. So we're going to go take a look at that. And they built a water supply system too, which is a 5-mile thing called Washburn Ditch, even though it was built by Mr. Clark and his partner Edwin Moore. And this was a 5-mile long ditch. If you go a couple of miles up, you'll see where they had a dam, diverted water along the ditch, followed along the hillside. Later, when the Curry Company took over, they built a penstock, an electric generator, which is right over there. And then the water supply was to water the lawns, run the fountain. They had a lot of livestock, which they had to take care of, so the water supply was for them. Okay? So those aspects we're going to go take a look at right now. So, come on, let's go. Yeah, it's easy as just following the ditch. Too bad you get inundated by the freaking bugs. Whew. Big old tree. And here we are. Makes a nice trail. Oh wow, there's something over there. Oh yes, little sluice gate. Alright, there's the stream. Not much of a stream. Alright, so then I assume they diverted it down to the stream bed. Huh, that continues right over there. Alright, continuing further up. Of course, some work. There's actually a natural stream bed right there, but I just ran across this, which indicates something was here. Because we're starting to get into some of the area that has cabins. But there's this. So, I bet that was a check dam. Yeah, some more concrete right there. And some kids' little fort. Alright, let's keep. Oh wow, what's that? Oh wow. Oh wow, this is freaking cool. What the hell? Huh. What the hell is this thing?
This. It's known by the locals, that's obvious, because you got the trail right there, and wow. Well, it's the stream bed right here. Well, good question. What the hell was here? Oops. There's a big pipe there for the current residents. You can see them right there. Maybe. Alright, let's keep going. I just wanted to stop. Because this is a part of Yosemite that barely anybody ever sees. Except the few people who live around here. Well, this is pretty extensive. Well, no telling where the hell this thing is going to go. Alright, so I've come from this direction, and looks like we are at an interesting situation. Because it continues right there. And as you can see, this is, yeah, they probably had, I don't see it, but, they probably had because there's the continuation of the channel right there. So at some point between here and there was some sort of pipe. But there you go. Does that look safe? We're kind of high up. But yeah, there's the continuation going right down there. So let's follow it. Some nails. So yeah, they probably had some sort of wooden flume construction of something, because these are cut pieces. You get some nails right there. So yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah, it goes through this burnt out area. Pretty good. I mean, it's let's see. All right. Looks like it continues. Well, it looks kind of washed out, but all things considered, there's still channel here despite the ravages of time. Some water tanks right there. Alright, there's the channel. I'm not sure about this. It looks like it's just been washed out. But they have got a board and some sort of metal piece. Ooh, watch out for the nails. Yeah. Nope. In a pipe. Alright, well, something was here. Alright, here you go. Some sort of... Yeah, some sort of flume system they had here. Yep. All right. Whew. There you go. All right, see, the channel continues that way, but then they have this diversion channel into this. Okay, so what you're seeing here, this is a penstock. Now at this point, well, you can't really see too good because of the sun. There you go, a bit better. But here they had some sort of gate system whereby if they needed electricity, they could divert the water into the penstock, and then at night when the lights were turned on, they would just send the water straight down to a small little power generator down at the bottom of the hill, which was run by a Pelton wheel. I'll try to get a picture. And then once during the day when they didn't need water for the power station, all right, they would just divert it down the channel, down the hill, and they'd use it to irrigate the hotel, the lawn, the meadow. So that's what this is for. All right, let's go find that Pelton wheel. Climbing down, I just continued down the channel, and I bet that's the original pipe right there. That's straight pipe. Unlike the modern culverts, they have that, I don't know what they call it. It's got the bumps. Alright, let's keep going it. Alright, you can sort of make out the hotel right over there. So let's see where this goes. Alright, this looks to be some pretty old pipe. It goes over the channel and over to those water tanks I saw, although I doubt they use this. I mean, it looks so damn old. Alright, let's continue. There you go. That's a better view of the old Wawona Hotel. Now let's see, that's a 3-point buck. Standing right there. Wonder where the does are. Good thing it's not hunting season. Although I don't have to worry about hunting season because I don't think he's going to move. It's cool though. Alright. Some sort of mystery building here. Or structure of some kind. Alright. Man, we're finding a ton of abandoned stuff today. Pretty cool. whatever this area was. Here's the Wawona Road. Ooh. Yeah, that's the channel right there. So, all right. Well, for whatever reason, I mean, there's a power line right there, but for some reason they've put concrete on this section. Yeah. Very old. Step over the line. Yeah. This part was lined with concrete for some reason. Huh. Wonder why they didn't do it for the whole thing. Who knows? Does that look very safe to you? I doubt this is being used, which is why it's being... I mean, look at that. All right, let's keep. So, and then it goes into another old style pipe. Yeah, well, look at both because they got the ridged style of pipe and the original pipe, which is just smooth bore. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna go to that yellow marker right there and see where it comes out. Came out again. There you go. It's the Wawona Meadow. Yeah, okay, so, all right, there's the meadow, and it looks like this is the end. I don't know, just keep looking, but it's a lovely spot, it's quiet, and the big rocks. Area, so let's see what you can find. Well, surprise, surprise. I found a one Indian mortar, or granite mortar. Let's see, we're on this part of the bridle trail. It makes a loop around the meadow. So I noticed that they got old trees here, very old oak trees. That was the staple of the Miwok's diet. I decided to look for a flat rock and boom, boom, right there, a mortar. Great. All right, that's cool. You got the old and the very old. Who knows? I mean, let's keep looking. Okay, welcome to Stella Lake, or what's left of it. As you can see, it's been abandoned. So, this lake was fed by the Washburn Ditch, and it was solely for the purpose of collecting ice during the winter, being cut up, put into the ice house, and then used during the summer. Since, again, there was no electricity, no refrigeration, that was the way you did it. And for a long time, people would earn their Christmas money by cutting ice. That's how the locals did it. So it was built in 1886 by the Washburn brothers. They had a horse, I don't know, they had an interesting little system to get the ice from the pond over to the ice house. It's called the Persian wheel. It's a horse-drawn pulley system, or a gear-driven system,
The horse would go around, that would turn a gear, and then it'd bring the ice over to the ice house. Pretty good. Get about 30,000 tons of ice out of this thing, and you needed it. And once the Curry Company had taken over and brought in refrigeration, there was really no need, really. And it was generally abandoned in about 1934. Then about 1950, they had a serious flood that damaged some of it. But since it was not being used for the purpose it was built, And then 1955, a really bad flood came through, and that was the end of Stella Lake. These dikes over here got breached, and that's it.
Okay, so once you've taken a right on Forest Drive, go a very short distance. When you see this, you've arrived. That's the South Fork of the Merced River. And this is it. This is the pond. Alright, so this is the area that was destroyed by the 1955 flood. And then there's a section over there, which we'll go see too. Alright, so this is the diversion canal where it entered. As you can see, it's all in a rather sad state of disrepair, but it's been abandoned since 1955. Actually, no. It's been abandoned since the 1930s. Just 1955 is when the flood wiped out the dike. Alright, so this is the bottom of the hill. And there's a small amount of asphalt right there and a pipe. So best guess is that the power plant was somewhere here. In what looks like an empty meadow. There we go. That's the Park Service maintenance facility. Where the old CCC camp used to be, and that's one of the buildings actually left over from that time period. But right here along the river there is this. Steel bar right there, but that's probably the outflow pipe for the power generator. I mean, there's nothing else here. So, that's it. Alright. Yes, you can picture that. There's concrete right there. There's some concrete right there. Yeah, so you can picture the flood back in '55 doing this kind of damage. Let's see what this is. Let's see. Huh? W150. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but there we go. Some remains.